We're huge Alpha Centauri fans. We've played that game extensively in the development of this game, and also just throughout our lives as gamers. We really like Alpha Centauri, and a lot of this game pays homage to that, but it's definitely a different experience. It's a different game. It has a different story. It has different gameplay mechanics, but we definitely made this game for the fans of Alpha Centauri.
It's sort of a mixture of looking at where we are now and the sort of things that fans of science and current contemporary spaceflight like we are would find realistic and recognizable, and then also looking forward at some of the great ideas from science fiction over the years, and trying to draw a line between them so that when you start the game, you start with technologies and research that make sense, that would be reasonable under current science, but then you start to take little steps that are more fantastical and more fantastical, so that by the end of the game, you're in a very future place where 500 to 1,000 years from now.
Systems check. Ready to prime.
Absolutely. We're huge sci-fi fans, and one of the first things we did when we decided to do this game was to make a reading list, a very large one, and sort of chop it up and assign out books to read. So we read the classics, the canonical science fiction classics, Asimov, Arthur C. Clarke, Greg Bear and all these guys. So there's a ton of inspiration that we've gotten from books and from movies and other science fiction areas. And also, as David said, from real science. I mean, it's important that this game is plausible. Even though you end up in a very fantastical place at the end, we want you to believe that we could actually get there.
We can no longer deny what is clear. Our time on Earth is ending.
The planet has a lot of new resource types. There are kind of the basics, so the basic metals, and you've got you'll recognize some from Civ 5 in there. But on top of that, there are these new strategic resources that we've put in. Float stone, which is this mysterious floating stone that has some electromagnetic buoyancy with the planet. The interaction of the stone with the planet is kind of mysterious, and you'll learn about it as you play. There's also Feraxite, which we affectionately named. This orange crystalline resource, which is a superconductor, so you use that in artificial intelligence and supercomputers and things of that nature. And then there's the biomass, this goopy biological stuff, this sort of like you use this for organics and more like custom alien creatures and things of that nature. So each of the different technology affinities uses these strategic resources in their own way, but they have specialties. So the Purity player uses more floatstone, the Harmony player uses more biomass, and the Supremacy player uses more Feraxite.
I spent a lot of time on the domestic part of the game, on like the cities, the buildings, and wonders. And there's a lot of wonders that I really enjoy, because obviously these are very, very fictitious, very fantastical, and very imaginary. So there's one that I love called the Archimedes lever, which is a reference to the quote from antiquity about moving the world. And it's a huge seismic device that you can pound the earth and create ripple effects that will damage invading armies even before they get within range of your cities. And it's just incredible to watch and really, really satisfying to use, or in its own way have used against you when you're trying to take out a city that has it. So. Sure, we call them Supremacy, Purity, and Harmony, and they represent sort of post-human philosophies about what humanity would have to do or what they would end up becoming when faced with the challenges of an alien planet. So the Harmony one decides to sort of modify the human organism to become indigenous to the New World and live in cooperation with it so as to not damage it. The Purity one says humanity needs to be preserved in its ideal state, and we'll take this new planet and make it into the Earth that we left behind, the Earth, an ideal Earth. And the Supremacy says humankind is saved through its technology. We're tool makers, and that's always going to be our saving grace. So wherever we go, we need to have the ability to survive regardless of what kind of planet it is. And so they embrace a lot of like robotics and cybernetics, bionics.
a new beginning for mankind.